Hey, Shelby. I think the redesign is smart. I do. I really do. I think that this was just taking the wrong direction. Definitely. I think the color was just really, really difficult to process the information. It was a little bit sore. It was a little bit sore on a little bit sore on the ice. I think it made the ice a little bit tiresome to look at the green on the green, and it's fatiguing to the eye. So this is so much more contemporary and fresh. It feels fresh, doesn't it? I'm really interested in seeing the cover and how this is going to come together. You did. I don't know if you knew, but this is only one page, so I don't have the cover with it. So let's talk about typography. I can't wait to see where this is going. There's a couple of things going on, I think, that are well, it depends on what's going to happen with the cover. It really does. But in terms of looking at this as a single composition, I'd say you've got a lot of visual stops. You've got a lot of things in boxes. Everything on a page, when you think about it, is in a box or in some kind of container. The timeline is in this red background container. Then you have this container over here. Then you have this type contained in this box here. Then you have her image, which is fine. But I'm thinking maybe open up the page a little bit. Now this, at the very least, this timeline, this isn't a timeline. It's just a list of years right now. It's just a bulleted list of years. So you really have to figure out a way to work a timeline in here. A timeline will have the year, and then it'll point to, and it'll describe. Then it'll have, another year here. It'll point over here and describe, and then, you know what I'm saying. So take a look through some of the of your classmates' submissions for examples, really interesting examples of timelines, and see if you can't work something into your final presentation. I think the typography itself is very good. A couple of things are going on. You've got some things that must change. Now, there's your rags. You really have to pay attention to your rags. I really, really think it's super important, because right now your rags are, you're denting your right margin like that. Right now this rag basically makes a shape that goes whoop, 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 like that. And that's distracting. If not consciously, definitely subconsciously. So watch that. That's a widow. That's a word on a line alone. You don't want that. Right here, I don't know if you can see this right here, but I don't know what that is. So let's zoom in and see. I'm not real sure. It seems like those letters right there have a stroke on them or something. Let's really get in there. Yeah, something's, see that? Medical college. I don't know if that's a PDF resident, but right there as well. I don't know if that's a PDF rendering, but that's kind of strange. Okay, remember I just said that those words on a line alone, orphan. Some people call them widows, some people call them orphans. That's one. That's one. So you've got two of those that need to be fixed. And then we also have what's called a widow, and that is a line that sits on by itself. And that would be, let me see, you don't have any of those. Although this looks like one because you have an indent there. See that indent? So that indent makes one believe that that's the start of a new paragraph, even though that's not a capital letter. So make sure that gets aligned. Otherwise, that looks like an orphan or a widow, depending on who you're talking to. I think the word wrap is pretty good. It's not too overdone, and it's okay. So I guess in summary, I would say definitely work on a timeline. Work on opening the page up and allowing it to breathe instead of having everything in little boxes and containers. And watch these regs, fix these regs. Remember regs, long, short, long, short, long, short. Not so you notice, like this would be perfect, like this. That would be perfect. I can see that it's on that tail end of that word rep. So, but that looks really good there. What you don't want is shapes like this, whoop, 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 because the negative space creates this weird shape. Look at the weird shapes of the negative spaces. See, these lines here are so short, making that gutter really super wide. So the gutter itself goes like this. The shape goes like that, straight, and then, so you don't want that. I would extend those lines out. Get that margin cleaned up. Okay, other than that, I think you're looking good. Like I said, I think the redesign's a good idea. If you have any questions, please let me know. Thanks very much.